I genuinely don't remember how I used to start these kinds of videos. So it's been a while. It's been like about a month, and this video is just to explain kind of where I'm at in life and just some life updates and a little bit of progress, but I'm not gonna like this isn't a progress video. I'm just gonna kind of show like my stats, my bank and stuff. Long story short, basically college got in the way of real life stuff, and I like over the past 3 or so weeks, I've been playing less than an hour a day of RuneScape for the sole reason that my classes right now are just so fucking difficult that I can't afford to spend time playing RuneScape because I have to be studying. And also, I've been spending time with my girlfriend. Who would have thought that a 2100 total Iron Man who nerds the fuck out all the time would get a girlfriend? But yeah, she makes me really happy. Been spending time with her. So I started out college as a computer science major. Oh, and if you're wondering what I'm doing, I probably should have mentioned this, but I'm getting ecumenical keys, and I know that it's efficient to go use all three of them before going to get more because the drop rate increases from from 1 to 50. From 1 in 50 to 1 in 60 for the fourth, and then 1 in 70 for the fifth. But I'm gonna use these on stream, and I don't want to collect ecumenical keys on stream, so I'm just gonna get them all out of the way now off stream, so I can do the fun shit on stream. Any noodle, let's go back. So I started college as a computer science major, and that really wasn't for me. I didn't really like coding, and computer science is literally just coding. So I did a year of that, and then I was like, okay, this isn't for me. So I switched to computer engineering, and the only reason that I switched from computer science to computer engineering was because a lot of classes that I took for computer science transferred to computer engineering. So basically, classes that I took as a computer science major also counted for my degree as a computer engineer. And I knew engineering was hard. I didn't think it was this hard. And my classes this year, like usually every semester, I have like maybe two difficult classes that I have to really like spend a lot of time on and study for because I was the type of kid in high school that I never studied for anything and I still made A's. But I also paid attention in class, and in college I don't really do that. But I also just don't like the way colleges teach the material, and that's a topic for a whole nother video. But yeah, I would usually only have like one, two, maybe three difficult classes a semester, and the other classes I could literally just like do nothing but the bare minimum and still get a B. But right now, I'm every single fucking class that I'm taking is like really difficult, and I have to spend time on. And especially in one of my programming classes that I thought was going to be a bit easier, but it wasn't. And there's two reasons for that. One, I'm just bad at programming, and two, the professor that teaches this class is actually it's her first year and she's not even supposed to be teaching it. She's not even a computer engineering major. She's an electrical engineering major. But she's teaching it because something happened with the professor that usually teaches it and he just can't teach it this semester. And she's making it a lot harder than it should be. And I'm just going to flat out say it. I had a 48 in that class, and I say had because I dropped the class. And I was thinking about what I'm about to say before this class, like before I had a 48, and I am just not cut out to be a computer engineer. Like I don't have the intelligence and I don't have the willpower to continue doing this. I don't want to live my college career having very little free time. Like obviously like I would base my free time around my homework, and whatever free time I had I'd want to spend with my girlfriend. So I'm like, okay, well, I know we're going on a date Tuesday, or I'm going over to her place on Tuesday, so I need to work my ass off all weekend and Monday just so I can finish, like, study enough and have enough, or like finish all my homework just so I can have like 4 to 5 hours of free time with her on that day. I don't want to live like that. And being a computer engineer, and I didn't even come into university as like an above average student. Like in high school I was well above average, and it was funny. In class ranking I was 69 out of like 400 all 4 years of high school. So I thought that was funny as hell. Like I was literally ranked 69 out of all 4 years. It was great. So like yeah, I was above average in high school, but in terms of the university I go to, I scored below the university average on both the SAT and the ACT, which is basically just a large standardized test that almost every university requires you taking. And I'm not going to go into how scoring is, but basically for the ACT, the average, no, the SAT, the average was a 1250, and I had to take it twice to get a 1230, so I was below average in that. And I think I was above average in the ACT. I got a 29, and I think the average is like 28 here, but the ACT doesn't matter as much. So like I was going into a hard major as a below average student. So like this isn't me trying to be like negative, but I am like I quite literally just don't have the intelligence or the willpower to be a computer engineer, and that's fine. So my current plan is to switch to I'm thinking business, and I had this problem where I just didn't really have any interests, and the only reason I went into computer science was because video game was quite literally video games. They're like when I met with advisors before college, they were like, "What do you want to do with your life?" I'm like, "I don't know." They're like, "Okay, what do you like doing?" I'm like, "I play video games." They're like, "Okay, computer science." I'm like, "All right, bet." I didn't want to switch to computer engineering, but I went to these like it's called a career center, and basically they have this. It's not really well. They basically have this program to where you meet with somebody, like you meet with an advisor, and then they walk you through like I'm not gonna say these tests, but for me it was these tests, but a test that you take, and it basically helps you decide where you want to be, or like what major you want to major, and it helps you find your interest, it helps you find what you're good at. And I had to take like I don't exaggerate when I say I don't enjoy anything. Like I don't find anything interesting. Like I like hanging out with my friends, I like playing video games, that's about it. I don't really enjoy anything else. Like everything else is just like I'll tolerate it pretty much. So when I took this test, basically it was a bar graph of like all these topics of interest, and then the higher the bar was, the higher the interest was. Mine fucking flatlined. I got like everything was dead even. And so they just looked at me and they're like, "Okay, well maybe this test wasn't designed for you. Let's take another test." Same fucking thing happened. It flatlined. My interest level was the exact same for everything. And I wasn't like trolling on the test. I was being honest. And then they gave me another test, and the same fucking thing happened. And after the third test, I was just like, all right, like, listen, you can't just keep giving me tests. Like, you're supposed to be trained in this. Like, please help me. Like, I like to think I'm not the only person with this problem, but after that, I really do think I am. Like, they literally told me there was one test where something in agriculture was like 1 point higher in interest level. So they're pointing to it. They're like, look, agriculture, be a fucking farmer. And I'm like, yep, Carol's the farmer. Let's fucking do that. Like, I know I exaggerate stories and shit a lot, but I'm not even fucking kidding. They told me to be a fucking farmer because I got 1 point higher in interest for agriculture for the sole purpose that I said I like calamari or some shit. Like, it's stupid. And then after that fiasco, I basically just asked, like, okay, listen, like, I didn't say, like, you're clearly not helping me. I was saying, like, okay, this bitch isn't really helping me. So I just asked, okay, what classes will transfer to what major? Like, what can I, what can I major in to where I will not have to take an extra year of college? And they said computer engineering. And so if I switch to computer engineering, then I won't have to take an extra year of college, and I'll still be on track to graduate in 4 years. But pretty much any other major, I would have had to take at least another semester. So I'm like, all right, bet computer engineering, and all my friends were in it. And I was thinking, okay, all my friends are in it, you know, they can help me out. I'll just have to work a bit harder. And the first couple years was fine, or the first year was fine. I still struggled though. Like, I was happy with the amount of free time I had, but it wasn't nearly as much as I used to have. But it was still really hard, and I was still super stressed the entire year. And I was debating switching, but I was thinking, okay, like if it stays like the way it currently was my sophomore year, then I'm fine with this. But it's not. I didn't realize how much more difficult it would get. And now I'm here taking 12 credit hours, which is 4 classes, and I had to drop my programming class because it was just so difficult and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And that was one of the few classes that I paid attention in. So the fact that I'm paying attention in this class, like studying for it, spending the most time on it, and still failing everything, like yeah, my academic advisor literally told me to drop it. So I'm switching to business because it's supposed to be a bit easier. It's supposed to be a lot easier than engineering, and you won't like struggle too hard to find a job, and it pays somewhat decent. And yeah, like I just don't give a fuck about how much I get paid anymore, because people are like, "Oh, you're gonna make 80K a year coming out of college as a computer engineering major." I'm like, "All right, that sounds lit as fuck. I don't want to work for that though." Like, I genuinely think I could be happy making 40, 50K a year, just living in a small little house or apartment, because I don't spend much money. I don't like spending money. Like, I spend money on RuneScape. I buy like 1 or 2 games every year. I pay for a Twitch subscription, I guess, to like one streamer. But like and then like obviously I have a girlfriend now, so I'm gonna spend money on dates. But I've only spent like a good bit of money on one date, and I told her, and she agreed. Like, I wasn't being a prick. I was like, listen, I can't do this every week, but I still would like to go out like somewhere nice once a month. And she was like, all right, yeah. I didn't even like, she was uncomfortable with me spending that amount of money. I didn't spend like $200, but I dropped $80 on a date, and it was just a super nice restaurant, and it was a lot of fun. She enjoyed it, and I just told her like I can't do this every week. Like, I don't have the fun. Well, I have the funds right now, but I won't if we keep doing that every week. And she was fine. She said that she didn't even want to go to a super nice place for the sole fact that she doesn't like people doesn't like people spending money on her. But she still had a really good time. I still had a really good time, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat, just not like every week. So yep, it's basically where I'm at. So the point of this video is just to explain why I'm not making videos, and I get ecumenical key. And I feel like I explained it fairly well. I rambled a little bit, but that being said, I dropped my coding class, like I said earlier, and that class took up, I want to say, 80% of my homework time. Like, we had one program due a week, every single week, and the programs were really fucking hard. And then we have homework that you can't find online, so it doesn't take me 10 minutes to do it like all the other fucking homeworks. So just on top of the programs and the homeworks being hard and the exams being really hard, I just couldn't do it. I dropped the class, and that class was also bringing my grades down in other classes because I'd be spending less time studying my other classes, like my math classes or my logic class. So those grades were suffering because of programming, so I just dropped it. My advisor recommended I dropped it, so I did. And now I have a lot more free time, and I can happily say that I'm going to make videos again. But they're gonna not be as quickly as the last ones. I want to expand my videos as well to something that just isn't progress videos. And the only video that I had planned, like planned as in 100% I'm going to do, was episode 16. I think it's episode 16 of my progress series, which I already have recorded. I just need to edit it. And a bank video, because my bank is worth over 1 bill now. And I told myself I'd do a bank video when it hit 1 bill, but I just haven't really had time. And plus, I want to organize my bank, and I've been procrastinating the shit out of that. There is one video that I want to do, and this is before mobile drops, and it's basically just going to be like what to do in RuneScape. And it sounds dumb, like obviously there's a shit ton to do, but some new players I feel like get overwhelmed with, like, there's 23 unique skills, there's like fucking 150 quests or whatever, there's all these different bosses. So I just wanted to make like a video just saying how you can break down RuneScape into one step at a time. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but I'll probably find some free time to get some footage for it. But like, that would be an example of something I could do besides progress videos. And also, I'm going to start streaming a lot more. I streamed pretty consistently over the summer. I streamed like the first and second week of when I moved into university, and then classes just fucked me in the ass real hard. So I didn't stream for like 3 weeks. But yeah, as always, Twitch is in the description, or my Twitch link's in the description. But if you don't want any spoilers for the progress series, then click away now. But basically, the things I've accomplished, I did get Bandos Tassets finally at 485 kill count, and my current goal is to get a God Sword Shard 1 because I have 5 Shard 2s and 3 Shard 3s, and I have 6 hilts. 3 of them are unique. The only hilt I'm missing is Armadil. And once I get a Shard 1, then I will be able to do Corporal Beast and attempt the Inferno. Corporal Beast, or I could make a BGS for Corp Beast, and I can make an SGS for Inferno. I gained a little bit of runecrafting levels. I'm very close to max melee. I'm actually 300k experience off max melee. So yeah, pretty much the goals are max melee, 99 Slayer, and God Sword Shard 1. And I have something I just want to bring up. It's not really progress, but I have 440 Zamorak KC, and the only uniques I've gotten has been 1 spear and 3 hilts. I shit you not. I have 3 Zammy hilts and 440 kill count. Oh, it's so tilting, but yep. Every time I get a Greater Demons task, I usually stream it all at Zammy. I fucking love Zammy. I don't get why people say it's like the worst boss grind or the worst God Wars dungeon grind. It's really not. Bandos is so much worse than fucking Zammy. That is if you only do it on task, but I don't think you should grind Zami off task because you can just get a Greater Demons task and then flex on it. But yeah, also working towards 86 rune crafting. Rune crafting is my go-to AFK skill, and is my go-to AFK skill like when I'm doing homework or something, just because I want to get it out of the way, like get 86 out of the way for the achievement diary. And I know there's better things to AFK like fletching or crafting, but I want to get done with rune crafting. It's so slow, and the time goes by quickly when you're AFKing rune crafting and doing homework or something. But yep, that's where I'm at right now. Probably expect a progress video this weekend. Actually, like I don't want to say this weekend, like a few days after this video goes up, because I have no clue when this is going up. But yep, thanks for watching.